Good morning, welcome to Culpepper Smokehouse. I'm going to start out by making my fire this morning. I'll just let the camera roll while I'm doing my fire. I'll start out with half a bag of coal. All I gotta do is find my match. So you take your trusty little lighter, light the coals. Nah. That ain't the way we do it. Once that all gets started, the smoke won't be in here. I'll get real clean smoke out of this pit. Just when I first start the fire, I'm getting all the nasty smoke. I'm gonna open up these doors, clean the grills up, and then go get the briskets. Hey, look at here. Culpepper Smokehouse. That's my cheap commercial right there. Burleson, Texas. We're selling meat by the pound. Give us a call. Get us a good coal bed going. We'll throw in a few more logs here in a minute. Fixing to start cleaning up these grates now. I'll just take this torch, burn all the stuff off of it, close the doors and get up to temperature. This is my pit. I can cook 20 of whatever I want to cook. Ribs, pulled pork, briskets. I'm putting 6 briskets on today. Here's my whole rub. It's real complicated. Salt, pepper, and garlic salt. I do half and half salt and pepper, and then probably a half of a half. And then there's already some mixed up in the bottom, but as long as you just keep mixing half and half and then a quarter, it stays consistent. And then once I get it into the bottle, and I'll just take and mix it up. Big secret is fire and lots of time. Okay, so here's the big secret recipe rub. Salt, pepper, and garlic salt. It's mixed up. I've got 2 of my 6 briskets out here. I'm fixing to start putting the rub on. I trimmed all these last night, and they've been in the refrigerator overnight, so they're good and cold, and they're dry, very dry. And I don't put any kind of a mustard or any kind of binder on here. Everything sticks just fine without that. So it's just one step that I don't have to do. So here we go. Kind of mix up that concoction as you're going, because the heavier components will sink and you'll get the lighter components at the top. And then just kind of pat that stuff on there. a pretty aggressive trim on these. I left about a 1/4 inch of fat, but I rounded them off. Like all of the videos on YouTube already tell you, make them aerodynamic. And I always cook my fat side up. So you start seasoning, you start with your fat side down. You can get all your stuff on the bottom. I'm just kind of going over one extra time here. I missed some spots. I let this warm up just a little bit. It's not wanting that rub to stick. I think it's just a little bit too cold. Probably need to bring these up to room temperature. I'll go ahead and pull out those other 4. Let them be warming up a little bit. They start sweating a little bit, then they'll hold that temperature a lot better. And then doing it in this pan catches all this rub in. So there's one ready to go on. We put the big end, the point, towards the fire. And on to the next one. Everything's looking good. I got my next 4 out and letting them come up to a little bit warmer. The first ones were too cold to put the rub on, so I'm letting them come up in temperature just a little bit, and then we'll start seasoning these. I got 2 on right now. My pit's running right at 275, which is a little hot. I'm just getting my fire started. Oh yes, it's looking good. You can see that these have started sweating a little bit just from coming up, 20 degrees in temperature. It's holding the rub good now. So I'm gonna go ahead and season my next one, and I'll have 3 briskets on this side right here. And we'll move to the other side. See how much better it's sticking? It's not rolling off there like it was. I use these paper towels. You see my dry hand, when I get ready to pick this up, it's too much for me to get with one hand, but I can pick it up, take my paper towel, and help get it on the pit. These gloves right here, I buy these gloves at Lowe's. They're more expensive than just regular little cooking gloves, but they're so much better. They've got a grip on them, and they're pretty expensive, but they're worth it. I use them a lot when I'm doing my construction jobs, painting, tile work and stuff. Just accidentally stumbled onto them for using them in barbecue. I'm really stronger in my right hand. I need to be using the shaker in my left hand and patting it and lifting with my right hand. But I'll shake it better with my right hand. So I'll just struggle picking it up, I guess. And once again, you still got all this down here in the pan. This pan's catching a lot of this rub. And it's all still real good. Flip it over a couple times. Make sure all your edges are covered. That's beautiful. Okay. This over here. Here's a little paper towel trick I'm talking about. Pick up this point and then just now you can carry it and you're still not touching it with your clean hand. Oh yeah, there is a sight to see. Only 12 hours to go here, and then take them off, wrap them, stick them in the warmer, come back tomorrow. Fire and time, that is the secret. Switch sides of the grill. And it's warming up a little bit, so I got to take my big shirt off and give you a shameless commercial here. Culpepper Smokehouse. We're doing the work. All you got to do is show up and eat. Little paper towel trick. Pick up the brisket. Hold it with the paper towel. Go ahead and get the rest of this stuff out of this pan here. Don't want all that goodness to go to waste. One more little dusting while they're already set in place. I'll give you a look. Ain't that a thing of beauty? A lot of people don't realize how much trimming goes on with, 6 briskets. I probably trimmed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I bet I got 15 pounds of fatty and meat that didn't look just right. This is a good looking piece of meat here, but it's connected to something I didn't like. So I trimmed down both sides of the brisket, trimmed the fat down to where it's like a quarter of an inch over the fat cap, and then shape it. So part of this stuff is just shaping. But what I do with this, see, that's just solid fat there. But I've got a whole pan, and this should be enough. I threw a lot of it away. I'm not making sausage or anything right now, so I threw a lot of the trimmings away, but this should be enough to where when I get ready to wrap these briskets, this will be like beef tallow. It's cooked beef fat, and I'm putting it on the smoker, and it'll be smoked beef fat. So I almost forgot to tell you about that little tip. So this is going on the smoker now, and it'll smoke the whole time till I get ready to wrap these up. You see how clean the fire's burning now? This is, you can see my chimney. See the stack down right here? Just got a block turned sideways. And then it leaks out of the sides of the lids and everything. But there is no smoke per se. It's all just clean, beautiful heat. The temperature's running exactly the same side to side. I love this barbecue pit, and I bet I don't have $350, $400 in it. And I can cook a lot of meat, and it's good. Come try some. All right, I'm 4 hours into it. They're looking beautiful. Fixing to squirt them down a little bit with some apple cider vinegar. It's the first time I've done anything other than just feed the fire. The way this times out is about every 30 minutes I put on 3 logs, and it keeps it right between 250 to 275. Every 30 minutes I throw on a few logs, that's it. I keep my logs up here on top of this steel plate, and while that fire's burning, it gets them kind of preheated. I just put on a few logs. It's kind of hot right now. I think it's a little over 300, but it'll burn down pretty quick. All right, I'll check on you in another hour. Well, I don't have my cool t-shirt on no more. The temperature's dropped 20 or 30 degrees since we started. It's been about, I guess, 6 or 7 hours since my last recording. I'm taking the smaller briskets off now, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing as far as wrapping them. So I've got my foil laid out here, and I just pulled this brisket off. It's sitting on top of the pan of tallow. I got to put my rubber gloves back on and grab it. Now this is the fat that we were cooking, you know. So I'm just dipping it out of the pan and putting it. Matter of fact, I need to put some on the foil here. Ooh, it's hot. Got my little meter probe. If y'all hadn't used these, whoo, that's hot too. I got 4 of these. Gives you an internal, external temperatures. So this is all set 200 degrees, and it's, let's see if I can probe it for you right quick. Got this insta-read thermometer, and it's very, very tender. It's 202. Well, I thought that was done, but I don't think it is. This back here is still a little, this is real tender. I think I'm gonna stick that back on for a minute. I thought it was done, but it ain't. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not going to poke any more holes in this. I'm just going to stick it on this side of the smoker over here is a hot spot. So I'm just going to stick this back on the smoker for about 15 minutes. Turn that flat towards the fire a little bit. The point felt really good, and it was all over 200 degrees a while ago. And I'm trying to take them off at 200, but I want them to be probe tender at the same time. More importantly, the probe tenderness. And then I'm planning on resting them in this box right here. I've got, see, there's three briskets up on top of there right now that I know are done, and I'm just letting them cool down a little bit before I put it in the heat box. I've got a little heating element in there. This is just an old industrial freezer that went bad, and I cut all the components off of it and put a electric smoker heating element in the bottom of it, and I just turn it on 150 and it'll run overnight. It works great. Didn't cost me a penny. Well, it cost me $30 on Amazon for the heating element. I like free stuff. Well, here's the last brisket. It's coming off. It's about 7 hours, I guess, 8 hours. I've been at 250 to 250, sometimes 350, not very long at a time, but 250 to 300 degrees. And they didn't take 7 hours, 12 hours to cook, but they're not very big either. I'm not sure what size brisket that is, but whoops, I forgot to do my fat again. Move him out of the way. So here's my fat going on the foil for the bottom side. Keep it nice and juicy while we're in that overnight warmer. Ooh, woo, that's hot. Hard to do all this stuff that's all greasy and keep pushing the record button on my phone and not end up with grease all over my ear later when I get a phone call. I'm the cook and the cameraman. But that looks pretty doggone good. I've already got 4 briskets in the warmer now. This is the last one coming off. Every one of them got to 200, and more important than temperature, the probe went into them like hot butter, and that's what you want, that real tender poke. Got the point going one way and the point going the other way, and it gives you kind of a level surface to stack these pans as you're coming up. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. And it's all still the fat side up while it's in the warmer. I'll move this over here a little ways so where you can kind of see inside that warmer. Can't leave it open very long. I'll lose all my heat. It won't be a warmer no more. But you can see it's just an open can. Whoa! There's a blooper. I didn't lose it though. There we go. So here's my warmer cabinet. Nothing fancy, it's just a heating element down in the bottom of an old freezer case that's insulated real good. And then I just got 2 briskets in each pan, and I can just alternate stacking. I can put them right on up. There's my thermometer telling me what my temperature is in here. And there's the heating element. Nothing fancy, but you know, inside here everything's wrapped up in foil, and it works great. That closes. Got Gotta lift it with one hand. I can't show you how to shut it, but it latches right there. It's got the gasket around it. That'll be good to go. Come back and check on it in the morning. Good night, sweet briskets. That's the flat. This is the point. Perfect bark. I just don't think I could have done anything that would have made it any better. Smoke ring. Little piece of fat on top. These bottom pieces are just a little bit crunchy, but they're, I mean, you can see how pliable they are. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Culpepper Smokehouse, we're doing meat by the pound. And we're perfecting our brisket technique. I'll do it like this from now on. And here's the fruits of my labor. Here's all the flat, the chopped, and the point. The point has more fat in it. The flat is more lean. And the chopped is what I couldn't get to be either side. Culpepper Smokehouse, we're doing meat by the pound. 817-229-1853. Come get your son.